So in my other YouTube channel, I just shared the gifts that I got for Friendship Day and a friend's birthday. So in this video, I'll show you one DIY gift which I prepared for her, and the other gifts I just wrapped and packed. I'll just show you how I did all of that. So let's get started. So for the first gift, I took an empty sanitizer bottle. I cleaned it thoroughly, and now I'm gonna tear off the label on top of it. As it didn't come off all the way, so I'm using a flat brush and a white fabric color to cover the top part. And now with the help of a sellotape, I'm gonna tape all the sides of the label, so that now that I color a second layer of white on top of it, the color doesn't go out of the lines. So as it's done, now I'll let it dry, and once it dries out, I'm gonna take a thin brush and a black fabric color and give thin borders on the sides. So as it dries, I'm gonna cuddle with my cat a little bit, as she deserves all the love and affection. Well, she was very sweet by this time of the year, but this year she is a little feisty because she has grown up a little bit. So now that my color has dried, I'm gonna do the most exciting thing of all, peel off the tape, and it's done. So now I'll take green and yellow fabric colors and draw leaves like this all over it, and then I'm gonna take red and white acrylic and draw the flowers like this. You can normally draw the flowers if you want to, and I'll add some tiny yellow flowers as well using chrome yellow. I also added some aesthetic green weeds all over it, which I'm gonna show you how it's done. So I'm done with the floral printing. Now I'll write a cute little message, as her name, she is a sweet person, so a cute little message for her which resembles her, which says, "Bloom like a sweet little blossom." So as you can see, I'm using a thinner brush than the one I used for bordering, for writing the message down using my black acrylic. You can use a black permanent marker if you have that. So I'm in my terrace garden now. As you can see, all my plants. So I'm gonna cut off few stems of this beautiful money plant that's growing in my pot, DIY pot. It's actually a bucket. So anyhow, I am cutting 2 stems of it. So my mother gave me an idea of putting some coloring stones or pebbles inside the bottle. It's gonna make it look pretty, and it's gonna hold it nicely if it stands. So I'm gonna pour some water in it, just like that. It's all done. And now I'm gonna cut off the extra leaves which are in the bottom part, because I'm gonna put that part inside the water, and if the leaves are there, so it'll start rotting, which I don't want. So I'll carefully insert it inside of it, and I kept all the roots, as you can see. I'll put the next one as well, and it's all done. My DIY money plant bottle holder is done. It's looking pretty amazing. So as I'll be carrying this to her home, I tied a little thread or rope, whatever you call it, around it, and made a loop like this, so that it will be easy for me to carry, and even if she wants to hang it, she can. So that's it. The first one is done. On to the next one. So I wouldn't be wrapping this kurta in the usual way, using a wrapper. Instead, I'm gonna make a shopping bag. So for that, I'll be needing a pair of scissors, some glue. I'm using Fevikrill's fabric glue, a thick rope or a string, whatever you can find handy, black chart paper, and then I'm gonna mark the portion that I'll be needing to fit the kurta inside the bag, and then I'll be starting with the folding technique, watching a YouTube video on how to make shopping paper bags. So I hope you understood all the folding techniques that I did. So for this part I'm gonna give a little explanation. Is the inner part I'm gonna fold as much as the paper ends, but the outer part I'm gonna fold a little bit more so that when I glue it, the inside paper sticks with the outside paper, making a bag, as you can understand, hopefully, because this is a year ago's footage, so I really don't remember the measurements. I'm really sorry about it. So anyhow, you're gonna glue the sections like this, the way I'm gluing. Don't glue all of it, because then the bag won't open. So just to make the bottom part sturdy, this is my very own creation. Is I always make 2 cardboard cutouts like this, measuring it perfectly, and then paste them together, and then paste the whole thing together in the bottom part, but only glue the sides, not all of it, or else the bag won't open. So it's all done, but just to make it more sturdy, I taped it with sellotape. And now it's time for the moment of truth and see if the kurta fits inside of it. And yes, it fits perfectly. And now to attach the strings to it, I need 2 punch holes. For that I'm using punching machine, but if you want to use some other things to make holes inside it, like compass or whatever, you can use that as well, but this is more cleaner, so I would suggest if you have a punching machine, use that. So I'm gonna insert one part and make 2 knots, and then on the other part I'm gonna do the same and check it if it's sturdy enough, and it is. So repeat the process on the other side, and that's it. You have a bag ready, just like that. So I use this Nika's paper thing that I got, and I put that inside to make it look more aesthetic. So I'm done with the second one. So moving on to the jewelry box, the third one, I'm using this brown paper bag which looks very old and crumpled, but I did that on purpose. I crumpled it myself to make it look aesthetic and give it this old sort of retro look to it. Anyhow, for the inner part, as you saw, I used sellotape to tape it, but on the outer side I used Fevicol glue so that it gives it more cleaner look. Even after folding the sides, I used Fevicol glue instead of sellotape. And now I went to the terrace garden again and chopped off my mother's some cute little vines, purplish flowers, and I took one and I placed it, and the size was perfect, so I cut the extra part and then I placed it, and it looks adorable. Then I took a thinner thread, a golden one this time, and then I'm gonna use the Christmas gift tying techniques and tie this neatly, placing the flower in the center, securing it with sellotape. And now I'll tie 2 knots just to make sure that it doesn't open, and after that I'll tie a bow and I'll make 2 knots again so that it secures it perfectly and it doesn't come off. So my third gift is ready as well, and now I'll move on to the fourth one, which is packing this pack of Hershey's Kisses chocolate pack. So I took an A4 sheet and I folded it in half. So this one also I'm not gonna wrap like a normal wrapping. I'm gonna make a cute little chocolate pack, sort of a candy wrapper instead. You will see. So as you saw, the inside part, I took the measurement of the chocolate pack, and on the top and the bottom part I drew 2 lines. So there I'm gonna paste this pink origami sheet like this, and I'm going to glue the bottom part. So I made cute little soft toys and wrote her names and everything. It looks super adorable. And now it's time to insert the chocolate pack and finally seal the upper part as well. Glue it up. So this looks pretty fine by now, and you can stop here if you want to, but me being me, I wanted to add some more creativity, so I used this shape cutter scissors of mine. So that part was still wet because I just put the glue there, so I'm gonna cut the bottom part and then I cut the top part, and it's finally done. It looks super adorable. So to wrap the sipper bottle, I'm gonna use a normal wrapper. I'm choosing this one. This looks pretty, and I'm gonna wrap it like a taffy, and it's gonna be a very normal wrapping technique. And then I'll just use a sellotape to secure the topper part, and it made it easier because the straw was there. And to make it look more cuter, I use this ribbon. Just tie a knot or a bow, it'll do. Whatever you do it, it's gonna make it look cute. So yeah, it's done. So now I'll move on to the last gift, which is also a DIY, a card that I'll be making, which I decided last minute to make just because I found a photograph of us three together. So here it goes. And excuse me about the background noise. I live in a very noisy neighborhood. So by far, I hope you understood that I took a rectangular sheet and I folded in 3 halves, and then I fold the center part again, folding the inside corner out just to make it look like a book. I hope that all made sense. Anyhow, then I took a different color of sheet. I measured the center part like half centimeter smaller on each side, and I pasted it. I took the same size measurement for the outer part and I cut it in half, and now you will see me pasting like this. And then I drew hearts around it. I am sorry about the mess because my cat stepped on it, so it's like this. Now I'm gonna cut the sides off, and keeping the heart part and cutting the sides off, it's gonna make it look like this. And make sure to cut it carefully because you will be needing the parts that you're cutting for later on. So I'm gonna do the same on the other part, and now I'm gonna take a foam sheet, a sparkly silver one, and I'm gonna draw a heart, and I'm gonna cut it from the middle again and paste it like this. And then I'm gonna take a cute little bow, a ribbon, sorry, and I'm gonna take a longer piece like this and keep it underneath, and then do the inside part. Like I mentioned earlier, we'll be needing the parts that are gonna cut off. We'll be pasting it in the inside corners like this to make it look more cuter and aesthetic, and write a small little message on each sides and tie it a bow, and then you're done with your DIY card. It's mini, it's cute, and it's simple. I love it. So I'm done with the wrapping and packing of all the gifts. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to like it, share it with your friends, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the bell icon so you never miss an update on any of my videos. See you later.